So hello guys. So in my last video, I think you remember I have created a Node.js file, right? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a server. So we have to create a Node.js file. So I'm not going to show you how to create a Node.js file because I'm going to use the file that we have created in my last video. I think you have remember the file that we have created in my last video named server.js. So I'm going to use that file. So firstly we have to type cmd and go into the command prompt and go to the documents directory, type cd dot documents and press enter. So in documents directory, I think you remember we have created a vs node file, right? Vs node file. So in vs node file, we have created so.js node file. So I'm going to open that file, typing code space dot, because we have created that file inside of the vs node. So when we type code dot space, the vs node file will be open, right? So you can see the server.js file have shown in the video. So now I'm going to show you how to create a server. The first thing we have to do is to create a server required a module named http. So firstly we have to require that module. So i'm typing I'm typing const because and type http because I'm going to save that module in a constant name http. So I have type const and http and equal require. I think you know these words because I have show these the meanings and the things in my blog. So in we require http modules and colon. So now we require, I told you we require http module. So now we are going to create the server. So we have to type http dot create server and brackets and colon. So guys, if we want to save this inside of a constant, so we can type in here also const equals server const space equals const space server equal the method that we use to create a server. So inside of this code, inside of the bracket, this takes a callback function as an argument. So I'm going to type bracket equal and this is how can we type the callback function. So guys, so this callback function is going to run when a request is made by the client. So guys, inside of this callback function we require two objects. First one is request and the second one is respond. So guys, in this objects, the request objects give us the full information about the request that was made by the client, and response is going to do the make a response, give a response for the request that we made by the client. So in here guys, the thing we are going to do is log a message when a request was made by the client, right? So I'm going to type console dot log and inside of the bracket I'm going to type request was made. So this code will run when a request was made by the client. So it show in the console, in the server side, in the output of the server. So guys, now we have a server, but it doesn't listen for any requests from the client. So now we have to create a code. We have to type a code to listen the requests from the client. So guys, to listen a request from the client, we have to invoke the listen method, right? So for that guys, I'm going to type server.listen. So this is how we can listen a request from the client. So in the brackets we have to type port number 3000. So in here I'm going to type local, sorry, in here I'm going to type local host. So in thirdly we have a function. So this function will be run when the server is going to listen some request, right? So guys, now our server is listening for any request. So I'm going to type in here console.log listening for a request. So when the server is going to active, firstly we can see the sentence like this, listening for a request. That means the server is active now, right? So guys, now we have created our server from port number 3000 and domain name localhost. So I'm going to show you what can we see when a request was made by the client, and what is shown in the server side terminal. So I'm going to type in here node space server because our file name is server.js. We don't have to type .js because they know this is a JavaScript file. So and I'm going to press enter. So in here now we can see in terminal you can see a statement like listening for request. That means now the service active. So I'm going to type in my client, I mean in my browser, local host with port number 3000 and press enter. So in here we can't see anything because as I said I didn't make a response for the client. I mean I didn't make a response or any response web page for when we request something. So we can see the page is still loading, and when we see in our server side we can see a statement the request was made. That means now client was make a request and the server is listening for request. And when we type localhost with port number 3000, that means it was the client was make a request, and we can see the client was make a request, right? This is how can we make a request from client and how can we create a server. In my next video I'm going to show you how can we respond a request and uh, what can we give as a response for a request, as such as HTML page, things like those. So thank you guys.